The main cathedral of the armed forces of the Russian Federation is a spiritual symbol of Russia, glorifying the victory of life over death. Construction was completed on May 9, 2020, the 75th anniversary of the Great Patriotic War, the victory over Nazi Germany and fascism. The cathedral is located in the Patriot Park, some 40 miles west of Moscow. The proportions of the temple contain encrypted significant numbers and dates from Russian history. The height of the cathedral is 96 meters. The diameter of the dome is 22.43 meters, and the act of unconditional surrender was signed at 22:43. The diameter of the drum, with 8 windows, is 19.45 meters. The end of the Great Patriotic War was 1945. The height of the small domes are 14.18 meters. The Great Patriotic War lasted 1,418 days. The height of the belfry is 75 meters. 75 years ago, on May 8, 1945, at 10:43 p.m., the Act of Unconditional Surrender of Germany was signed. The war that lasted 1,418 days and nights ended. Exactly 75 years after the Great Victory, the temple was erected to immortalize its significance in the history of Russia. The temple was built from glass and metal. The temple was built with voluntary donations from 94,360 individuals and 1,217 organizations. While the cathedral was intended to be funded entirely by donations, a significant portion, around $40 million, of the estimated total cost of $86 million came from the Kremlin budget. 51,567 people took part in the construction of the temple. The main icon of the temple is the Savior, not made by hands, painted on wooden boards from the gun carriage of an 8-pound cast-iron cannon from 1710 that was raised from the bottom of the Neva River. The icon traveled more than 57,000 kilometers, visited 45 cities, churches, and military units, and returned to Moscow to find its place in the main temple of the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Elements of the interior decoration are based on the themes of victory in the Great Patriotic War. The best artists and sculptors of Russia worked on the decoration of the temple, which contains images of the most important battles of the Great Patriotic War. Craftsmen in Yaroslavo painted the icons depicting the patron saints of the Russian army. The floors of the cathedral are metal taken from melted down Nazi trophies, such as weapons and tanks that were seized from the Wehrmacht. Teachers and students of the Sergei Andriaka Academy created 40 stained glass windows depicting military awards. The main one is the Order of Victory, where the effect of the sky over the Kremlin is recreated using glass chips. I have seen St. Peter's Cathedral and the magnificent basilicas in Rome, some of Europe's magnificent basilicas, including the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona and Notre Dame de Paris. But this cathedral is something else, not only because of its massive size and unique architecture, but because of the combination of religious and military symbolism. It is just the latest of countless magnificent buildings and monuments memorializing moments throughout Russia's history. It stands as another symbol of patriotism, victory over foreign invaders, and the powerful influence of Christianity on this amazing country. Over the centuries, Russia has been invaded by the Swedes, Napoleon, the French, Brits, and Ottoman Turks in Sardinia in the Crimean War, and again in World War I and World War II. In all of these wars, Russia has lost tens of millions of soldiers and civilians. In World War II alone, Russia and the Soviet republics lost over 27 million. This history of invasions, wars, and ultimate victories are hardwired in the DNA of all Russians. And at this very moment, Russia, once again, is fighting for its very survival against powerful forces that want to destroy it. Again, Russians are answering the call to protect the motherland with their lives. Once again, Russians are united as a nation behind their president. And once again, Russia is on the verge of defeating the evil forces of the combined West that are behind this latest war taking place in Ukraine and now on Russian soil.